back, everyone. This is the busiest time of the year and also the time when people are most vulnerable to getting sick. Dr. Scott Ackerman, one of the First Coast leading oncologists, joins us every week to talk about important health issues. And today he has some simple tips to help keep us healthy and safe this holiday season, because nobody needs to get sick right now.
No. Thank you, Shirley.
So why is it that this is the time of the year?
Well, this is a very busy time of year. We're extending ourselves more than ever during the year. This time of year, we're out shopping, we're cooking, we're going to parties, we're traveling to visit family and friends, wherever they might be. And all of these things that we do, all this activity takes a toll on our immune system. Also, that combined with the fact that it's winter and people are indoors, and in wintertime, that's when viruses are more prevalent, the odds of you getting sick are significantly higher this time of year.
Everybody I've talked to has something. Somebody's got the throat thing, the congestion thing, or the stomach thing. It seems like right now everybody's got a little something, something. You mentioned to me before that you were in the ICU and it was packed.
Right, so yesterday I was in one of the hospitals in town and I went by the ICU and it was packed. And I saw the director of the ICU and I asked him, what's going on? Is the flu season finally got here? He said, no, Scott, the flu season isn't even here yet. These are patients with other viruses, with colds or whatever, and they got sick and they have respiratory problems and they're in the ICU.
So as our doctor, walk us through what we need to do so we're not in there.
Well, it's very simple. First thing, you want to protect yourself from germs. Real simple, protect yourself from germs. We're spending a lot of time indoors, we're in crowded malls, and that sort of stuff. We're all around close to other people. So keep a hand sanitizer on you, on your purse or in your pocket. Make sure you use it. Wash your hands frequently, at least for 20 seconds, and avoid, which I have a hard time doing, avoid touching your face. We don't realize how often we do it, how many times per minute we all rub our eye or touch our mouth. So avoid touching your eyes, your nose, your mouth, because once you touch a countertop or a gift or just that cup of eggnog that someone served you, it's been touched by other hands before.
It says some crazy number. It's like we touch it. Now I'm getting like a little itchy thing. It's like you touch your face 20 times a minute or something crazy like that.
Right. It's something very high like that.
All right. What's our next tip? So no touching face.
No touching face. I got to get it out of my system. Next thing, you want to travel smart. So during this time of year, people are traveling and visiting family and friends. They may be driving down to Tampa or flying to Nashville or wherever they're going. And when you're traveling, whether it's on a plane or a bus or a train or even in someone else's car, you're touching armrests and tray tables and buttons. So use antibacterial wipes, because you don't know who just got off that plane. You don't know who was in that car before you. You don't know what child came from school and was sick. So use antibacterial wipes to wipe that sort of stuff, and avoid the shared items. You know, on an airplane, they give you those blankets, or in the seat pocket in front of you, there's magazines, all sorts of bugs and bacteria. I read a study not too long ago where they swabbed the different parts of the airplane to see where the highest level of bacteria were.
Are you going to say the Sky Mall magazine?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Seriously.
The seat pocket had the highest level and more viral pathogens than any other place, than the bathroom, than the seat backs and the seats, anywhere it was a seat pocket. Yeah, so
all right,
avoid the seat pocket.
What's in the Sky Mall magazine? You don't need anything in there anyway. All right, so what's the third tip?
Good stuff in there.
I know, killing me.
So don't stress. You know, this time of year we're rushing about, we're staying up late, we're getting up early, and we're stressed. What am I going to get my wife? What am I going to get my kids? We're all stressed. This stress impacts your immune system. And when that combined with the fact that there's more pathogens out there, it makes it more difficult for you to fight off these colds. So make sure you get enough sleep, you limit your alcohol consumption, because all these things add to stress and diminish and depress rather your immune system.
And what's something proactive we can do for our health?
I always talk about exercise. And exercise is very good. It jacks up the immune system. It helps, you know, build those antibodies and get your immune system, your white count up. And this is probably the last thing on anyone's list this time of year, because we're too busy going to parties and buying gifts, et cetera, et cetera. But find some time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day. There's some joggers on the TV right now, or ellipticals. Do some exercise, get the blood flowing. This will help reduce stress and fight off disease.
And we have probably about 30 seconds real quickly.
Sure.
If you start feeling like I'm getting a little scratchy or I'm getting a little, what does a doctor do you recommend? Should you run to go try to get some prescriptions, or go to Walgreens and just start getting, what do you suggest?
You know, there's no real good scientific studies that have shown that any of those things work. But for me, I start taking vitamin C. I try to drink a lot of fluids. You want to try to flush that stuff out of your system. So vitamin C and fluids, and if you're feeling a little bit of a scratchy throat, initiate Tylenol or Aleve or Advil early before it gets too far ahead of you. So fluids, vitamin C, and some.
All right. Because that could end up being like, the
Right.
first aid kit that they need to get through the holidays. Thank you
Right.
so much, Dr. Ackerman, for the
Thank you,
information. Dr. Ackerman, and for sponsoring this segment. And if you have any questions regarding this topic or for any other health questions you might have, visit Dr. Ackerman's Facebook page. It's really a fun page. Actually, you've got great stuff on there. Facebook.com/Ackerman Cancer Center.